Do you realize how many women move through life without recognizing just how captivating they truly are? And I'm not only referring to physical beauty, there's something far deeper and far more influential than that. I'm talking about that quiet essence. The way you walk, the way you observe, the way you speak, the energy you carry that can completely enchant someone even if you don't see it in yourself. The most intriguing part is that you often downplay it. You may assume that because you don't fit a specific beauty ideal, you can't possibly be that magnetic. But what genuinely attracts goes far beyond a slim waist or flawless makeup. It's that calm confidence, that authenticity that can't be manufactured, that vibration you bring into a room without saying a single word. Today, I want to reveal the clearest signs that you are far more attractive than you give yourself credit for. And that men, even when we attempt to hide it, notice and feel intensely. Some of these signs are so subtle, you might not realize the effect they have, but trust me, we do. Stay with me until the 9th sign. It's one of the most overlooked by women, yet for us, it's irresistible. After this, you'll begin to see yourself from a completely different perspective. Sign 1, men become nervous around you. This is one of the most authentic and underestimated indicators. When a man acts awkward, avoids steady eye contact, or seems slightly uneasy, you might assume he isn't interested. But often, the opposite is true. He's more captivated than he knows how to manage. Pay attention. When a man feels drawn to a woman who fascinates him, his body reacts. He might touch his neck, adjust his collar, shift his stance, cross and uncross his arms, speak too quickly, or suddenly slow down, or even fall silent, unsure of what words to choose. It's not that he lacks confidence or personality. Your presence simply unsettles his balance. Some women don't just attract attention physically, they command it. Your energy, your attitude, your presence can make even a self-assured man feel slightly outmatched. If you notice a man who is usually composed suddenly stiffen, adjust his posture, or focus excessively on minor details, you are making a genuine impact. And most importantly, never shrink yourself to ease his nerves. Embrace it. If he's uneasy around you, it's because he views you as someone who deserves more than a casual exchange. Sign 2, people glance at you repeatedly without saying anything. It sounds simple, but it's a powerful and often ignored sign. When a woman carries real magnetism, even if she's unaware of it, the environment responds. You might just be walking past, entering a cafe, or waiting in line. Yet something about you draws attention. It's not the first look that matters most. It's the second one, that moment when someone has already passed but turns their head to look again. That second glance reveals that your presence created an impression a quick look couldn't satisfy. It doesn't rely on bold outfits or perfect styling. Sometimes it's your posture, your composed yet magnetic aura, the way you naturally hold yourself. Real attraction isn't announced, it's felt. Many women miss it because they're focused on their responsibilities, their phones, or their destination. But if you ever sense that lingering second look, trust it. It's unmistakable. Sign 3, you doubt yourself, yet receive consistent compliments. This is one of the clearest and most paradoxical signs that you're more appealing than you believe. Have you ever had a day where you felt average, maybe even unattractive, and someone told you that you looked incredible or said, "I can't explain it, but there's something about you"? That isn't random. You project an energy that resonates with people even when you don't notice it. Women who are genuine and not obsessed with appearing perfect awaken something powerful in others. Your hair might not feel styled perfectly, your outfit might seem basic, your body might not match your own expectations, yet compliments continue. Why? Because your attractiveness extends far beyond the reflection in the mirror. There's something in your tone, your laughter, your effortless way of moving through spaces that creates impact without trying. The contrast between how you see yourself and how others perceive you strengthens it even more. You aren't forcing anything. You're simply being yourself. That authenticity, paired with natural feminine energy, is deeply magnetic. The next time someone says you have something special, don't dismiss it. That special quality is you. Sign 4, they look for excuses to be close to you, even for minor reasons. Many women overlook this completely. When a man feels attracted but isn't sure how to approach, he searches for any small opportunity to interact. Simple questions, small favors, requests for help, or opinions, they seem harmless, but they often carry more meaning. When a woman slightly intimidates him in a good way, he may not approach with direct compliments. Instead, he creates small, safe moments to remain near her. If this happens repeatedly, it's not accidental. The task itself is secondary. What truly matters is the chance to be in your proximity. Notice the nervous grin, the softened voice, the intense eye contact that accompanies even the simplest request. Sometimes a casual, "Can you help me with this?" actually means, "I don't know how to approach you directly, but I want to stay close." Sign 5, some women criticize you without clear reason. This truth isn't always comfortable, but it's real. When a woman carries genuine attractiveness, not just in appearance, but in presence, aura, and the way she moves through life, not everyone will respond warmly. And it's rarely because you've done anything wrong. Often, you aren't even trying to stand out. Yet, you might notice certain women giving you unusual looks, making subtle, passive-aggressive remarks, or pointing out flaws that don't even exist. It can feel like anything about you is too much, too confident, too polished, too kind, or simply too noticeable. You have to understand that this misplaced criticism usually isn't about you. It reflects how they feel in your presence. Your energy can cause insecure individuals to examine themselves more critically, and that discomfort may surface as negativity. Have you ever been labeled arrogant when you hadn't spoken, or sensed someone competing with you over something you weren't pursuing? That's the dynamic at play. Not every woman will react this way. Many will admire you, feel inspired by you, or want to be around you. But when you encounter baseless criticism or subtle attempts to dim your light, don't internalize it. See it as confirmation that you shine more brightly than you realize. Your presence can unsettle those who aren't secure in themselves. Even if it feels unfair, it's a strong sign of your impact. Sign 6, strangers smile at you without knowing you. Have you ever walked down the street, stood in a store, or ridden public transport and noticed someone, often a man, smile at you without a word? He doesn't approach, he doesn't initiate conversation, yet he smiles, sometimes shyly as if caught, other times confidently, almost like a silent compliment. That smile is rarely random. It mirrors the energy you radiate. Authentic attractiveness isn't purely visual, it's sensed instinctively. There's something in the way a woman moves, looks, or simply exists that pulls people in. That magnetism triggers reactions before any conversation begins. A smile like that is a quiet acknowledgement, an unspoken appreciation, and it cannot be forced. It arises from a genuine emotional response to your presence. The next time it happens, don't brush it aside. You're not seeking attention. It's simply a natural reaction to who you are. Sign 7. Even men in relationships notice you more than expected. This is sensitive, but important to address. When a woman carries powerful attractiveness, her presence doesn't fade into the background. Occasionally, even men who are committed find themselves struggling not to notice her. This doesn't mean you're encouraging it or doing anything inappropriate, yet it occurs more often than you might think. At social gatherings, on the street, in a cafe, you might catch a lingering glance from someone who isn't available. They attempt to conceal it, but their body language reveals curiosity. Attraction isn't always controlled by logic. It responds to something deeper than surface beauty. You need to understand this clearly. It isn't your responsibility, and it isn't about provocation. It's about your essence, your aura, your way of being. You shouldn't feel guilt or discomfort. It reflects the strength of your feminine presence, a magnetism that's difficult to ignore, even by those who try. Sign 8. You underestimate your impact online. You share a casual photo, no dramatic poses, no revealing outfits, no strategic attempt to capture attention, yet the messages, reactions, and engagement appear anyway. You might wonder what's remarkable about that simple picture, but the truth is, it's not about the image itself. It's about you. Genuine attractiveness doesn't need exaggeration. What draws people in is what you radiate through the screen, your authenticity, your eyes, your natural presence. Energy travels farther than we think. Men sense it, and sometimes they don't fully understand why they feel drawn. Many women don't realize this. You may think you need to enhance more, reveal more, curate more carefully, But the strongest magnetism often comes from effortlessness. It's in the subtle expression, the relaxed posture, the unforced smile. What captivates isn't perfection, it's realness. But your greatest strength lies in being unapologetically yourself. Whether you're wearing a simple shirt, no makeup at all, or just sharing ordinary daily moments, the attention you receive without even trying is evidence that you're far more captivating than you think. Sign 9. Men often become confused around you. This is one of the clearest indicators, yet also one of the most misunderstood. It has probably happened before. A man gives you consistent attention, shows clear interest, looks for you, talks to you often, compliments you, and then suddenly disappears as if none of it took place. He distances himself. Then, after a few days, he reappears like nothing ever happened. Confusing, right? You start wondering, is he playing games? Is he unsure? What is he actually looking for? Here's the truth. Many times he isn't playing at all. He's wrestling with his emotions. When a man feels genuinely drawn to a woman, especially when he views her as extraordinary, that attraction can feel overwhelming. He may become intimidated, uncertain about what to say or how to behave. So he pulls back, not because he lacks interest, but because he feels too much of it. You might assume he's losing interest when in reality, he's trying to figure out how to approach you without revealing too much vulnerability. Some men retreat because they don't feel worthy enough. Others step back to gather confidence and then return. In both situations, the message underneath is the same. There is something about you that unsettles them in a powerful way. The next time a man withdraws without a clear explanation and later returns as though nothing happened, observe it carefully. It's not always manipulation or confusion. Sometimes it's raw attraction he simply doesn't know how to manage. Sign 10, you don't fully recognize your own power. And this might be the strongest sign of all because it happens more frequently than you realize. Many of the most attractive women are unaware of it or struggle to believe it. They move through life doubting themselves, comparing their appearance, questioning whether they measure up, when in reality, they are the ones shifting the atmosphere around them. And believe me, it shows. It shows when you enter a room without trying to draw attention, and yet attention naturally turns toward you. It shows when you speak casually without attempting to impress, and you end up leaving a deeper impression than anyone else. Why does that happen? Because you're not performing. You're simply existing as you are. When a woman lives in that authenticity, it carries immense influence. But if she doesn't acknowledge it, that influence stays partially hidden, like light behind a thin curtain. The moment you begin accepting it, not with arrogance, but with quiet certainty in your value, everything shifts. Your posture changes, your energy steadies, your gaze becomes more grounded, and people sense it even from across a room. If there's any part of you that questions the energy you radiate, remember this. Your strength doesn't begin when others notice it. It begins when you allow yourself to believe it. Sign 11. Your absence is felt even more strongly than your presence. Let me explain this clearly. Some women capture attention the instant they walk in. Others, and you may be one of them, create something even more powerful. When you leave, the atmosphere subtly changes. The warmth, the rhythm, the natural ease you bring into a space fades, and people notice it. Maybe no one openly says it. Maybe you never hear it directly. But when a woman carries genuine magnetism, it's not just about how she appears. It's about how she makes others feel. Once she's gone, the difference becomes obvious. Conversations lose momentum, the energy cools, and without fully understanding why, people find themselves thinking about her afterward. That's what makes you unforgettable. You don't just show up, you linger in memory. You remain in thoughts and emotions long after you've walked away, sometimes without effort, sometimes without awareness. If you've ever caught someone watching you as you leave, or later heard someone say, "You left early," or "We missed you," don't dismiss it. That's another way of saying your presence mattered, and that kind of impact cannot be manufactured. It's something you naturally embody. Sign 12. Silence with you isn't awkward, it's powerful. Very few women consciously recognize this, but men absolutely feel it. When a woman is deeply attractive, she doesn't need to fill every pause with conversation. Her presence alone carries weight, making quiet moments feel charged rather than empty. Have you experienced sitting with someone and there's a pause in conversation, yet he doesn't shift nervously, doesn't check his phone, doesn't look for an escape? He simply stays calm and focused. That is not random. That is attraction. It's not that he's run out of things to say. It's that he's processing how he feels around you. He may not voice it, but internally, he's wondering, why do I feel so comfortable and yet so intensely aware at the same time? How can she affect me without even speaking? That ease within silence, that subtle intensity, comes from a woman who radiates beyond the physical, a woman who carries depth, calmness, and a touch of mystery. Without saying much, she communicates everything. If you notice moments of quiet with a man and he remains there, unbothered and steady, it's because your energy is already communicating for you. You've created connection without effort. Now, consider this carefully. How many of these signs have shown up in your own life? Has someone ever looked at you in a way you didn't fully understand, or given attention that seemed confusing at the time? Reflect on it. Often, the evidence has been there all along. If this message helped you see yourself differently, understand that there is something about you that doesn't require validation or explanation. What you carry cannot be purchased, rehearsed, or artificially created. Its presence, its essence, its magnetism. Never underestimate what you project into the world. The way you walk into a room, the way you hold eye contact, the way you simply exist leaves an impression. While you might still question whether you're enough, others are already feeling your impact. You are far more powerful than you think, and this realization is only the start.